we were talking about the things we can do with video modeling. I want to quickly just go over the implementation part of video modeling, right? So what are the key steps? Again, there is a really nice online module from the Autism Internet Modules. Talked about that yesterday, autisminternetmodules.org. They have a really nice module on video modeling that goes over all of these steps and also includes examples of video models. So I'm going to go over the very basics fairly quickly, but if video modeling is something that you really want to implement, that's a great place to go to learn more about it before you actually try it, okay? The first thing that you have to do before you can use video modeling is to plan for your model. So that means you have to identify the skill that you want to teach or address. You need to think about the kind of video model strategy you want to do. Do you want point of view video modeling? Do you want a video model, do self-video modeling or just regular video modeling? What kind are you going to use? Who's going to be the model or models who will be in the video? Get your equipment, which today is so much easier than I remember making video models with the cameras that you put a VHS tape in a long time ago. Now we have the equipment. Everything that we need to create and edit and view a video model, we all have in our hands. That's the lovely part now about video modeling, is that you can actually do all of the work on your phone. Everybody now has the equipment. Good idea though to have a tripod if you're doing your video model, because it will stabilize the camera. I've seen some video models where the video was all shaky because the person is holding the camera and they're not holding it very steady. So a tripod is usually a good idea. And then the other thing that's important is to have some sort of script, right? What's the structure of the video model going to be? If you're trying to teach a task like how to make a sandwich, you should make a task analysis. What is step 1, step 2, step 3? So that you have a plan before you start to video, right? Because once you start to video record, you want to just kind of get in there, record it, and be done. So if you do all of the planning up front, it makes the recording part that much easier. When it's time to make the video, you need to think about where are you going to do your video recording, when are you going to do that? And if it's, in a community setting, sometimes you have to get permission, right? If you wanted to do a video model of how to grocery shop at Save-On, you actually need to go and ask Save-On Foods if it's okay for you to walk around the aisles with a camera. If you don't do that, they will stop you, right? Which then messes up your video model. Get all of your models if you're using kids as models, if you're using other peers, like maybe you're doing something on the playground and you want peers in the background or peers engaging in the video model, you might need to get consent from those other parents, right? So those kinds of things are important to remember. You can't just go videotape a bunch of people that you don't have consent for. Have your models rehearse, practice before you actually go and take the video. Do several takes, right? Especially in multiple settings to help increase generalization. If you do, and this is actually really important, if you only have one script for a task, and particularly if you think about like social tasks and things like that, things that don't have to be done exactly the same way every time, and in fact in the real world are often not done the same way every time, you should have a few example videos. So you might have 2 or 3 video models for the same task that are all slightly different, right? This will help with generalization. It also helps to reduce the likelihood of rigidity, right? How many of us know individuals with autism who sometimes get a bit rigid about things, right? Well, if we're showing them one video, one way to do a task, and we're expecting that they'll do a task in a number of different ways, that they'll be flexible, but we've only shown them one way, chances are they're not going to be very flexible. So it's a good idea to have a few models, a few videos, and you kind of alternate which one they're watching so that they see a variety, all addressing the same skill, but not in exactly the same way, okay? And then you edit. Once you've done your recording, you want to edit. If there's there are any errors, right? Especially if you're doing some video self-modeling and the person engages in some behavior that you don't actually want them to do, you'd want to cut that from the video. If there are kind of extraneous things going on that aren't relevant to your target skill, you want to cut that out of the video. Sometimes you can add voiceover, right? So like if I've done a video, say for that dentist office situation, I added a narrative. So I actually narrated the video. And so as the video was going along, first I go to the desk and I tell the person at the desk my name. Then I go and sit down. I can watch the TV or read a book. I wait until I hear someone call my name. So I just narrate bits and pieces of the video. Sometimes I'll also put the text of that on the video. That's where you have to be a bit more techie, right? You have to be a bit more sort of comfortable with video editing, but you can do that and you can add the text as well as have the narrative on the video. And for some individuals, that's also helpful, okay? Once your video is made and it's good quality and ready to go, then you can show the video. Again, in the old days, we had to think about viewing equipment and people could only watch their videos at home. Now the lovely thing, again, with our devices, is that, if I want to show a video for how to order your meal at McDonald's, I can literally show it when we're 3 feet away from the counter before the person steps into line, right? So that's a really nice thing. I can show the video model in the target environment just before the target behavior should happen. So you think about that. Think about the frequency. How often do you want the person watching, right? Do we want the person also just kind of watching the video at home a couple of times a day? That's not a bad thing. If you've got an individual who, again, gets a bit into watching the video, like 50 million times a day, you can do something like have video tickets, right? Like movie tickets. And so we set how many times can the person watch the video model a day? They've got 5 tickets or 3 tickets or however many times. And essentially every time they watch the video model, they have to pay a ticket. And when they've used up all their movie tickets for the day, they're done watching the movie for the day, right? So that's one way of dealing with individuals who might want to then do nothing but watch the video over and over and over again. Sometimes we want to provide some support in terms of the viewing. So for some people, we have to actually remind them to watch it. So we might put that in the schedule. It's the opposite kind of problem. I've got a person who wants to watch it all the time, so I've got video tickets. I've got a person who never thinks to watch the video. I need to schedule it. Here's when you're going to watch your video. It's also a good idea to watch the video with the learner, because sometimes it's appropriate to sort of pause the video, ask a question, right, to make sure that they're understanding, clarify something, so you can do that. You can also just pause the video, or while the video is playing, draw the learner's attention to some specific things in the video that are particularly important that you're trying to address, okay? And then embed additional strategies. Video modeling can be a standalone intervention, but you can also use video modeling with other interventions like visual schedules or social narratives, embedding reinforcement in, right? So I'm teaching a behavior through video modeling, and in the real world, when the person engages in the behavior, they get reinforced for it, right? Good job, you did what was in the video, here you go. Your favorite toy or a treat or a high five or whatever it is that's reinforcing, okay? So that's important. Again, in terms of apps, there are some nice apps for video modeling. Pictello is great, again, for video modeling, and especially if you want to sort of combine video modeling with social narratives, because Pictello lets you create sort of a book, so you can write a social narrative. But then for particular aspects of the social narrative, you could have a video model for the key behaviors that you think the individual needs a bit more information about. So Pictello is nice for combining. VideoTote is a different app that was designed specifically for video modeling, and it was designed in collaboration with a variety of professionals, but OTs were one of the groups that worked in designing this app. It's strictly for video modeling. It was designed specifically for individuals with developmental disabilities. And the initial study, the one study that was done at the beginning to look at the effectiveness of this app, it focused on using this app to teach adults with autism and other developmental disabilities. And and some of them also had sensory impairments as well, to do very complex packaging tasks at a warehouse where they were working, and some of those tasks had up to 104 steps. And because it was a manufacturing and then shipping warehouse, they were preparing packages for shipping, things had to have been completed with 100% accuracy. And so they developed this particular app to use to video model those tasks. And so they sent the app home with the individual and videos of how to do the shipping tasks. People watched them at home, and then they could bring it back to work and they could watch the videos at work as well. Oh, I forgot how to do this. Let me watch that video. So that's what the app was initially designed for, and it's relatively inexpensive. The last time I checked, I believe it was under $5. So it's a pretty cheap app. And even better, it has a video model made that's within the app. So the first time you purchase the app and open it, there's a video that shows you how to make a video model using the app. All right. And the other thing that I really like about VideoTote is that it allows you to either set up your video to run all the way through, straight, or you can set up points where the video pauses. So if it's a multi-step activity, you can set the video to pause at each step. So it'll show step 1 and pause. The person does the task, and then when they're ready for step 2, they touch the screen, anywhere on the screen. And then it plays till the next pause. It shows step 2. So it's a really nice app for video model. I love this app, okay? So again, if you're thinking video modeling and you haven't done much video modeling, go to the Autism Internet modules. I'm always encouraging people to use those because they're really, really good. And this one's particularly nice. It gives you lots of detailed information about how to create video models and how to implement video models well.